Welcome back to Alabama Live. It's Friday, so we are in the kitchen with Monique Williams from Cheesecake Empori-Yum, who is not cooking cheesecake at all. But man, if we could come up with the invention where we can teleport the smell of the kitchen through the camera and onto your TV at home, it is incredible. Let me tell you.
I think it's in the future.
I think it's coming.
I think so.
Yes.
I think so.
Yes. It would have everybody ready for lunch if you're not already just by watching this. Man, you can smell it all the way around the corner in the station. It's great.
Look, everyone's always excited when it's like Fridays.
This is why we love Fridays. Exactly. We love it when you're here. You're making a tortellini soup.
Yes.
So tell us what you've done so far.
So I've already cooked the ground beef and the sausage. We've also drained the excess grease because you don't want grease in your soup. That's a little nasty. We've also added our onion. We've cooked this down as well. And now we're going to add our seasoning. I like to add 2 tablespoons of Italian seasoning. And then I also add a little Tony Chachere using a little lemon pepper. That's just me.
Okay. I think you can never go wrong with lemon pepper,
I don't think so either. And then we also have garlic.
I was
you need to
wondering
get fresh
when you were getting
garlic
to the
or
garlic.
just get the regular. We're just going to mix this in together.
To make it smell even better.
Yes, to make sure it is evenly distributed.
Mouths are already watering. Now everybody's going to be lining up to get in here soon.
That part. And then it's time to now start simmering our soup.
Okay.
We have our 4 cups of chicken broth. You can also use vegetable broth if you're wanting for this to be a vegetarian meal and just substitute your ground beef for like more. You could do eggplant, you could do squash, you could do mushrooms, you could do peppers. You could really make this a vegetarian meal if you're not wanting any meat as well.
When it comes to the broth, do you have a preference? Like I know a lot of people are like, oh, when I cook with beef, I use beef broth. When I cook with chicken, I use chicken broth. But you don't mind mixing the two?
So I don't mind mixing the two only because like, to me, if you put enough seasoning in it, it's gonna
broth is broth.
Yes, broth is broth. Broth is broth at the end of the day. We're also gonna add some crushed tomatoes. I like crushed tomatoes. You can also add diced tomatoes if that's your preference as well. If you want less of more of a tomato-based soup.
Okay. But I think like this might make it a little creamier.
Yes, and I like the creaminess of it. And then all we're going to do now, we're just going to let this simmer for a little bit.
Now, how do you know when you're at the right consistency? Because soup can be a little tricky. You don't want it too runny, but you know, when we talk about creamy, you don't want it to be too thick because we're talking about soup here.
Exactly. So the great thing about this is that we're going to be adding eventually ½ a cup of heavy cream. And that heavy cream is going to thicken up your meal.
Okay.
So it's going to end up getting a nice little thick consistency, but not a spaghetti consistency. We're going to say spaghetti consistency. We don't want that kind of
we're going for something a little thinner than that.
It still needs to be a soup.
Gotcha.
Yes, without it being just broth.
Right. Right? It's a fine line. There's a happy medium there.
Sometimes it is a happy little medium.
So when it comes to simmering, about how long do you usually simmer?
This is like actually a rather quick meal. You can do everything start to finish in 35 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so if you just let this simmer for about 15 minutes, we're just really just letting everything in the pot combine together.
Okay.
And then after that, we're just going to add our heavy whipping cream, and we're going to add our spinach. We're going to cook that down for another 5 minutes because we just want the spinach to wilt a little bit. And then we're adding this tortellini for another 10 more minutes, and then we're done.
Okay, so you can just simmer. Yeah. Grab the laundry out of the dryer. Go ahead and give that folded while it's simmering, and then you can come back and finish the meal.
Exactly.
Perfect.
And then we're also going to put a little top on it.
Okay.
Some more.
So we're going to let that simmer, let all of those flavors soak in. You're going to continue to add on to this, and we will check back in with you here in just a few minutes.